Hoş geldiniz dostlarım. Karşınızda I Am Dead. Oyunun türü hakkında hiçbir şey söyleyemeyeceğim. Çünkü bu oyunun eşi ve benzeri yok sevgili dostlarım. Şu kadarını söyleyebiliriz. Keşif ve bulmaca oyunu. Henüz yeni yaşamını yitirmiş olan müze müdürü Morris karakterini canlandıracağız. Bakalım oyun bizlere neler sunacak? Hep birlikte görelim. Biliyorsunuz bu gibi sanatsal yapımları her zaman destekliyoruz. Elder Games kanalının kurulma amacı kesinlikle budur sevgili dostlarım. Oyunumuza başlıyoruz.
Well, here I am again, Morris Lupton, off for my morning walk. This must be the finest stretch of beach on the finest island the whole world over. For a little speck of land in the North Atlantic, it sure is a good un. Oh, I see those yoga folks up at the lighthouse are up bright and early, saluting the sun and all that. I always thought that looked like fun. But this walk isn't the same without Sparky. She did love chasing that tennis ball. Oh, Sparky, I miss you, girl.
Karakteri seslendiren kişi gerçekten çok içten yapmış bu işi. Seslendirme çok hoşuma gitti.
We get loads of tourists. But what you gonna do? It's always changing. The crater's definitely been smoking more than usual lately. That's funny, that, for a dormant volcano. Yep, Shelmerston's a smashing place. I'm lucky to call it home.
Müzik olsun, atmosfer olsun, her şey çok güzel görünüyor.
Yeah, this is, well, it's my bench. Yeah, the museum paid for it because I was the curator there. Yeah, and they did that to remember me because, oh yes, I am dead. It's been some adjustment, but not all bad. Yeah, I should probably go and check on the museum, actually. Yeah, I've been collecting the stories of Shelmerston for years now, here in my museum. There are so many stories, and wonderful ones. The museum started off small, but just grew and grew. It's shut at the moment, of course. Not sure what's going to happen with it now that I'm no longer doing it. I do like coming back here, though. Gives me a bit of purpose, which I've really missed since, you know, becoming dead.
Karakteri seslendiren kişi büyük bir ihtimal İngiliz.
Oh, one thing that's been keeping me amused. Since I've been dead, I've found I can do some new things.
Şimdi oyunda şöyle bir mekanik var. Odaklanma mekaniği. Hani size bahsetmiştim ya, hiçbir oyuna benzemiyor diye. Oyunda neredeyse görmüş olduğumuz her şeyi bu şekilde odaklanabiliyoruz. Örnek veriyorum, mesela ben Jeot. Neymiş? Jeotler merkez boş volkanik kayaçlardır. İç yüzeylerinde mineraller ve sıklıkla kristaller görülür. Jeotlar genelde iç kısımlarının güzelliğini göstermek için ikiye ayrılarak serilense de Bu ikisi kesilmeden gösterime sunuldu. İçlerinde bulunan güzellikleri ancak tahmin edebiliriz. Ama biz bakabiliyoruz diye biliyorum ben. Bakın gördünüz mü? İçine girdik. Ve oyundaki bulmacaları bu şekilde göreceğiz. Çoğu bulmacayı bu şekilde göreceğiz. Bilginiz olsun.
Pretty weird. Yeah, I'm not sure what use it is, but it's been keeping me quite entertained. But the novelty's worn off. I mean, it's been, well, I don't know how long exactly, but an awful long time since I've had anyone to talk to. Well, anyone who talked back, anyway.
Şimdi bu kısma bakalım biraz. Havlama sesi geldi az önce.
No, I couldn't. That sounds like Sparky. Is that you?
Bize mesela bu nesneyi bul diyor. Herhangi bir şeyin içerisine girerek arama gerçekleştirebiliriz. Bu bizim adamın külleri. İçerisinde sadece küller var. Bu da köpeğimizin külleri. Bakın gördünüz mü? Aramış olduğumuz nesneyi bulduk. Sparky'nin kolyesi.
Morris, come with me. I need to show you something.
Çok güzel seslendirmeler. Gerçekten çok uğraşılmış.
It's Sparky?
Morris, you worked it out.
You can talk?
Well, I could always talk. You just couldn't understand me.
And you can hear me?
Well, sure. You are talking, aren't you?
Oh, Sparky!
What is it, Morris?
It's been so long. I thought I'd had my last conversation. Oh, I'm so very glad.
I'm glad too, Morris. I've been waiting for you. We need to go...
Oh, wait. Are you really my Sparky? My Sparky girl?
Mostly. The best bits. But listen, I don't know how long before the volcano erupts, but it's not long now.
The volcano erupting? But it's dormant.
No. It has been dormant because of the custodian. But the custodian is weakening and we don't know how much longer they can hold on.
The custodian? I mean, what are you talking about?
Shelmerston is volcanic. It's supposed to erupt every once in a while. The only reason it hasn't is the custodian, keeping the island calm.
Custodian keeping the island calm?
Take your time, Morris. Dogs are better at understanding this kind of stuff than humans.
The custodian is a ghost.
Yes! Now you're getting it. The custodian is a ghost who appeases the island, keeps it safe to live on. But the current custodian has been doing the job a long time and really needs to retire.
Oh, and the island needs a new custodian.
That's right. It's up to us to find a new one. There are 5 prospects that I know of. 5 ghosts still hanging around the island who haven't gone into the west yet. We need to find them and see if they'll take the job.
Well, what if none of the prospects wants it?
If the current custodian fades away and there's nobody to commune with the island's spirit, well, that would be bad.
Bad how, Sparky?
Volcano bad. You've seen how it's smoking. We don't have long now.
Well, could I be the custodian?
Oh, I wish. But Ghost Code 342B dictates that the custodian must be a ghost who has been dead on this
Yasaları da
island for at
varmış.
least 1,000 days. And we don't have that long.
Ghost Code 342B. Yeah, well, I suppose that makes as much sense as anything else.
Right, let's get going, Morris. Our first prospect is Peter Noach.
Oh, yeah, from the yoga center. Yeah, he died a few years ago, didn't he? Yeah, I remember his funeral on the lighthouse.
Yes, that's the fella. He always had those funny green treats. Let's go pay him a visit.
Gerçekten anlatım olarak, kompozisyon olarak çok çok güzel olmuş. Müzik, sahneler, atmosfer, her biri bir diğerini tamamlıyor. Çok güzel olmuş.
Wow, flying. Oh, this feels nice.
What? Oh, right. Oh, you kind of forget about it after a while.
I always was impressed with this yoga center. Pete seemed like a chap who went through some tough times, and creating this place really seemed to help him.
Yep, and it's still going strong. They're always busy with folks from the mainland.
Yoga center run by a robot. How things change. Well, it seems to be working out, though. So, now Pete's a ghost, so how do we find him?
Well, remember that clue I sent you from inside my urn? The tag?
Yeah.
Right. So that was something special to me while I was alive that helped me channel my ghost. A kind of memento. So we need to channel the ghost of Peter Noach. And to do that, we need to find his mementos.
And how are we going to do that?
By looking into the memories of those who loved him best. People with memories of Pete will have little thought bubbles coming out of their heads. Those are a sign you'll be able to dive into that person's memory.
I suppose that's hardly the strangest thing I've heard today.
Oh, Morris, just you wait. Now, to recap. Find people who are close to Peter, view their memories, track down the mementos, and then leave the rest to me.
So people, then memories, then mementos, then Pete. Yeah, think I get the idea. Okay, let's go.
Evet, Pete Merston ne Fener bekçiliği işi için geldi. Yıllarca yalnız bir yaşam sürdü. Kasabaya nadiren indi ve sadece birkaç kelime etti. Sonunda Am adında bir robotun yardımıyla deniz fenerini bir yoga inziva merkezine çevirip halka açtı. Bu dosyayı harita ekranında dilediğin zaman bakabilirsin. Tamam. Burada kişilerin zihnine girmemiz gerekiyor galiba. Şu anda zihinleri boş olduğu için giremiyoruz çünkü yoga yapıyorlar. Ben öyle tahmin ediyorum. Yukarı kata çıkmaya çalışalım. Evet, robotumuz burada.
When Pete arrived at the lighthouse, he needed help running it, but refused all offers. Eventually, fearing the possibility of a shipwreck, Trinity House sent me to Shelmerston to help keep things running smoothly. I bought Pete a plant as a welcome present. He introduced himself very quietly, but didn't seem to want to say anything else. He seemed distracted, like gravity was pressing down on him harder than other people.
Robot seslendirmesine bile ayrı bir önem vermişler. Güzel olmuş. Bu anı bu kadar galiba. Çünkü sanki farklı bir şey gördüm ama dur bakayım.
Whenever I would enter a room, Pete would mutter some excuse to leave. I didn't have a single conversation with anyone in months. Eventually, Pete noticed the plant. Then, Pete noticed me. That was the start of what became this plant room. We spent hours in here over the years, sowing seeds and tending our plants together.
Robots got complicated, didn't they? Yeah, I didn't realize how important Em was to Pete. I suppose everyone needs a friend. Huh, Sparky?
Şu anda bu çiçeğe bakıyorum ama içerisinde bir şey yok gibi. Burada da bir şeyler yok. Bir şeyler bulma umuduyla bakıyorum ama sanırım bakmayacağız. Burada başkaları var, başka anılar yer alıyor. Evet dostlarım.
I met Pete for the first time on a yoga retreat in Goa. He was the best yoga teacher, but very reserved. I noticed he had some army tattoos. I wanted to ask about them, but he would never talk about himself.
İnsanlar hakkında böyle anıların olması çok güzel olmuş ya. Bayağı hoşuma gitti.
When I got home, I looked him up. I couldn't believe it. He'd been with Special Forces in Helmand and was awarded a medal for bravery. Pete's unit had been in an ambush. He tried to save a colleague whose leg had been blown off, but by the time they'd reached base, it was too late. Pete was the only survivor. I booked the retreat again the next year. I thought he was such an interesting bloke. Still waters, you know. And one evening, after class, I followed him down to the beach. I saw him throw something into the water and went to have a look. Picked it out of the shallows before it was washed away. It was his medal. I picked it up.
Ya seslendirmeler gerçekten çok duygu yüklü olmuş. Bunu koca firmalar yapamıyor, oyun şirketleri yapamıyor. Böyle bağımsız insanlar. Gerçekten tebrik ederim. Ne diyeyim ki? Yorum yapamam.
I went back to go the following year, but Pete wasn't teaching and it just wasn't the same. Not as good. Then, a couple of years later, I saw an online ad for his new retreat in a lighthouse. And I booked immediately. I took the medal with me. Perhaps he would want it back. It was the same Pete Noach, and if anything, he was an even better teacher. One coffee break, when I got him on his own, I brought up Helmand in conversation. I wish I hadn't. It was like a shutter coming down. I didn't mention the medal. I kept coming back for the yoga. And you know, over the years I saw Pete mellow. I think the lighthouse was doing him good. He even cracked a joke with the group once in a while. So, that summer, the one before he died, I decided to act. It was the day I was leaving and I showed him his medal. There was a moment of total surprise. I was worried then. But he took it. He turned it over in his hand. The poor guy was lost for words. He gave me a nod of thanks and slipped it into his pocket. I'm glad he got it back.
Oh, Pete. I had no idea.
Evet dostlarım. Şeker, tatlı bir oyun sizleri bekliyor. Bence hiç durmayın. Bu harika oyuna bir şans verin. Kesinlikle şans verilmesi gereken bir oyun. Kendinizi kaybedeceksiniz. Bundan eminim. Bu oyun gerçekten eşi benzeri olmayan bir oyun olmuş. Beni izlediğiniz için teşekkür ederim. Yepyeni oyunların ilk bakışlarıyla karşınızda olacağım. Hoşça kalın efendim. Görüşmek üzere.